All right, team, let's kick this playbook off. First and foremost, this is our ownership setup, okay? This is to really set the foundation for the programming at your location. So the first thing that we need to start with is technology. Do you have the technology at your location that you can stand up a drop-in, a 4-pack, and an 8-pack membership? This is going to be an automatically recurring monthly membership at a 4 class per month and an 8 class per month. You need to be able to have that ability at your facility. Again, drop in, 4-pack, 8-pack. That's what we're gonna start with, okay? If you have this, fantastic. Let's go ahead and get moving on that. And if you don't, that's okay. Let's follow up on this. But I'm gonna recommend 2 pieces of technology. One is free, called SweatPals. It is a fantastic new app that allows you to create your own community within their ecosystem. So you'd have to download SweatPals and you'd be inside of SweatPals, but you'd have your own little segmented area where you can stand up a drop-in, bundled membership packages, as I just mentioned. It also has a great community feature where you can have a chat for all of your members within that. All right, number 2, very expensive option, $400 to $600, might be even up to $800 for their most advanced package called MindBody. This is a very popular piece of technology that most spin studios use, yoga studios use. Has lots of great features, email sequencing, etc. Tracking for players, teammates, the customers. But just for simplicity, I hope that your facility most likely has some piece of technology that can work. And if so, let's get moving into the pricing. All right, so pricing. We want to think about our pricing like a gym or a fitness studio, right? So let's just say your drop-in price for soccer right now is at $12.50. Maybe it's $15 in your city, and there might even be more in some other markets, but let's just go with $12.50. That right there is going to be our bundled 4-pack pricing, right? We want members, we want teammates to lock into a membership. So they're gonna lock into 4 classes per month, paying $12.50, which would be $50. That's their 4-pack. Our drop-in price, we're gonna increase that, okay? We're gonna increase that to maybe $15, even $17.50, because we really wanna inflate it. We want people to be like, oh, I don't even wanna do a drop-in, right? Oh, well, that 4-pack looks really attractive. I'll probably come 4 times a month to play soccer. I'll do the $50 membership at 4 classes a month at $12.50 per class. All right, and the most attractive option is our 8-pack, and that's going to be somewhere around that $10 mark, right? $80 for a 8-pack, which would come out to $10 per class. Now again, the idea around this pricing is a little bit of a staircase going backwards, right? A little waterfall, because we want these like this main option to be the most attractive option, not the drop-in, right? We're done with transactional soccer, but we want to get people into memberships, becoming loyal to your facility. Okay, so once we get that set up, adjust your pricing based off of your market. We need to set up our intro offer. Our intro offer is going to be 50% off of this 4-pack. Okay, so let's just say that's $50. We're gonna do a 50% discount code to $25 for 4 classes a month. This is going to be your intro offer to a teammate that comes in and says, hey, yeah, you can drop in for $17, or you can do our intro offer. It's $25 for 4 classes for your first month. Oh, wow, like that sounds pretty great. Yeah, how do I sign up for that? Boom, done, close, we're moving forward. All right. Next, let's talk about the schedule, right? So if you're currently running pickup soccer at your facility, you're already moving things forward, right? You're already doing it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take all of these fragmented open play pickups, we're gonna give them a standard, we're gonna give them a schedule, and we're gonna bundle them all into your membership, okay? So if you already are running some type of pickup or open play, we're gonna just take those times, we're gonna tighten things up by making it 1 hour with the right amount of people. We're gonna make sure that we get the captain trained up, and we're gonna move forward. And if you're not, we need to go to 2 classes per week immediately. Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, maybe Saturday, Sunday, whatever times and availability is open. And again, just for scheduling purposes, fitness classes usually happen earlier in the day, 5, 6 o'clock, right? That's usually when you'd like to go to the gym, right? Soccer players will play later, right? 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So from our scheduling, please look at the program descriptions, but usually fitness classes stop at 6, soccer fitness is around 7, or skill soccer, and then you're gonna go into soccer at 8, 9, and 10 p.m. Again, we wanna get those 2 classes set per week, so that way we can have consistency and also show value in the memberships. All right, Next, we're gonna set up our website. So your website, you're gonna follow our example. Again, you're gonna need to communicate your pricing, your schedule. You're gonna need to communicate and link back to Sphere to standardize what the experiences look like, and ultimately the membership and the community that you're creating. Again, think of Sphere as your membership, right? This is what you're pointing to so that it's different within all the other things that are happening at your facility. All right, to keep moving, let's talk about music. We need to make sure that your facility has speakers around your main field that you're gonna be playing at, right? So if you do have that, fantastic. If you don't, we need to get a bump box or something very significant to create some music and some energy on the field. You don't go to a spin class and not have music. You don't go to Sphere without music either. So we have to make sure this is a priority. And if you have music all over the speakers in your facility, that could be fine, but you're gonna need to raise that level when we have a class. And if for whatever reason you have to change that, there's a kids class, there's TVs on, you need a bump box and a speaker to create energy and some vibe at our experiences. Like you go for a run or gym and you're listening to music, right? We're not gonna play soccer, we're not gonna do Sphere, we're not gonna work out without it. So this is a non-negotiable. Get your music and sound system set up. And then I need you to make sure that you've purchased Fit Radio. This is our standardized music playlist partner, right? It's about $10 per month. You need to make sure that you get your subscription. This Fit Radio has tons of different features. There's more into the actual training, but let's just say it's 1 hour playlist, non-interrupted, straight BPMs, and they're matched to our workouts. All right, next, laundry. You need to make sure that you can do laundry at your location. If not, then either figure out if you're going to be doing it or if you're going to be passing it off to your captains, but you need to have a plan. We will be having our own detergent here sooner rather than later because I want consistency everywhere we play, but for now, I want to make sure that you guys have everything set up so that way you can pass this off to your captains and easily have a place for them to store the gear and the equipment to make this very easy for your leaders. Field. Pick one location within your location to make sure that that is always your field. Whether you have 1 field or 10 fields, you need to designate this is the Sphere field. This is where we will always have our programming so that your customers have consistency, but you can create the locker room, which is also very important, which is, think of a pro team. They have a locker room. That's where everybody congregates, where they shake hands, where they meet. You need to have that designated and set up so that we can make it elevated and also make it designated so everybody always knows where to go. Okay? We're creatures of habit. We need to create that for our teammates. All right, now last but not least, our field materials. So here you're gonna have the ability to order facility cards or create your own, create sideline promo boards with Sphere, and then also the rules on the field. These are really important. 1, you wanna make sure that you have some materials at your facility immediately. You need to get those ordered and moving. 2, you wanna create some branding on the field to actually start having some recognition of the brand and the programming and your membership. And then last but not least, the rules on the field, so it's easy for the captains, but also the players to know what they're doing. All right, last but not least, you're the head captain, in my opinion. You're the one going through this right now, but for whatever reason, if you as an owner are passing off the responsibilities to a general manager or to somebody else, third party, you need to make sure that they are signed up as a captain immediately. It's super important that you as a head captain, leader, are involved, you're connected to your captains, and they feel your presence. You cannot be dismissive, you cannot be absent. You need to think of this as your gym membership at your facility, okay? Sphere is giving you the playbook, the system, and the programs to be able to scale this up, but you have to be present, okay? So again, very, very, very important as a leader as we move forward, that if you're the one that's gonna be leading this, you're doing it with integrity, you're doing it with purpose, but you're also very present in the play. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to phase 2, get everything set up. If you have any questions, please reach out to us directly. Let's keep the ball rolling.